Good morning, you beautiful bunch of fuckers, and welcome to my world. I'm your host, Kevin Rutherford. It's Thursday, December 4th. Time for a little technology and efficiency. I've got the crew here with me, most of it. John's here, Henry's here. Joel can't make it today. I didn't get a written reason why, so we'll have to discipline him. We'll see what that was all about. We're just going to jump right into it this morning. Phone lines are open, by the way. Pick up the phone and call us, 855-950-3835. If you have a question about fuel mileage specs, today's the day. Jump in and join us. All right. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning, Kevin.
All right. Where is everybody today?
Well, I'm back in the office.
All right. Hey.
I'm on I-35, 2 hours away from home.
There you go. Heading home.
Getting close.
John, I forgot earlier this week, I saw an article and I had it bookmarked, but I didn't open it this morning. It was about you. Was it Commercial Carrier Journal?
Yes.
Yeah, congratulations. That was awesome.
Yes, and Henry probably is aware of it. I guess we're also asked, we're around through and wrote up as one of the innovators.
Absolutely.
For the year. Yeah, and we will be going to Florida. They're hosting us down there to present, and then they'll take the 12 of the year to come up with Innovator of the Year.
Outstanding. That's exciting. I also did on the very same,
John.
Yeah, on the very same day, I saw an article about Joel, but I'm not going to talk about it because he's not here.
Yeah, he was the month before. So they got, it's very exciting. I have to get myself a 20-minute presentation slideshow ready and go from there. But we're quite excited to go down there.
John, I probably don't have to say this because I know you've been using it quite a bit. AI will whip up that slideshow for you in about 2.5 minutes.
Yes, it's became my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. It is so good at that kind of stuff. And it's not, there's this attitude by a lot of people that, oh, well, AI wrote that. Even I say it sometimes. There's articles everywhere now because it's so easy to write stuff with AI. For the most part, with a little bit of guidance from somebody who knows what they're talking about like you, not only will it write it really fast and create presentations with good, clear bullet points, it does it better. It's not worse. Some people think, oh, it's AI, it's just garbage. No, it's not. It's better. It really is. There's some things that AI does far better than humans, does it very fast. This is one of them. You feed it the correct information. That's your part of this, the knowledge, knowing what you want it to be about. And it does the work of 3 people for you very quickly. So it is a great tool. How many of you, do either one of you know what a Toyota Hilux is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Toyota builds this really, they call it a stripped down bare bones pickup truck called a Hilux. It's sold all over the world except the United States because it's available in a lot of countries. For a Toyota, it's very inexpensive, and it is a utility pickup truck. It is stripped. It's nothing luxurious about it, but I've always been impressed with these things and the price. And I will also say that my 2007 Toyota FJ Cruiser is the best vehicle I have ever owned. And I've owned a lot of vehicles. That by far, that thing is incredible how dependable it's been and how nothing breaks on it, and I don't take care of it. And it's still going strong. I can't imagine ever getting rid of it. So I'm pretty impressed with Toyota quality. Here, for most Toyota vehicles, you pay a premium for them, and you should. They're worth it. Did you see the announcement from the Trump administration?
Yep.
Yeah, this is exciting. They are bypassing a ton of regulations, EPA and safety regulations, and they are going to allow this truck to be sold here. Actually, it's a new version. So the Hilux has been around forever. Now they created a truck called a Helux, and it's let me see if I can find that.
That sounds sexist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So this is the new one. It says the Toyota Hilux Champ is a rugged, no-frilled, compact pickup truck launched in November of 2023. So this is a fairly new model, designed primarily for emerging markets like Thailand, Indonesia, and the Philippines. It's essentially a stripped-down, more affordable version of the legendary Toyota Hilux. It's pretty impressive, and I see one of the options it looks like you're going to be able to get. So we're talking this thing sells in other countries for like $14,000, brand new.
Yeah.
And they call it a very compact pickup truck, but it's got some pretty impressive stats. 2,200 pound payload capacity. For how small it is, that's pretty towing capacity of over 3,300 pound towing capacity.
Well, the 2,200 pound carrying capacity, used to be that would have been a big deal. That's, better than a ton.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's our ton, guys. That's our metric ton.
Yeah, this is
22046.
They consider this a subcompact pickup truck. I look at it, well, it's not that small. It's actually a nice looking vehicle too. International pricing starts at $13,200. That's the diesel with a manual transmission, which is probably what I would order if I got one. They offer, where was the diesel option here? 30 miles to the gallon.
The diesel's down at that price?
Yeah,
Wow.
the diesel
You
with
can't buy an APU with a diesel for that.
That's a good point. You're right.
I was just going to say the same thing, Henry.
That's a really good point. Yeah, the diesel version with the 5-speed manual is the base cheapest model, and it's a 2.4 liter turbo diesel, 148 horsepower, 253 foot-pounds of torque.
More than enough.
I know.
Yeah, that's more than enough.
Yeah, with the 3,000 pound towing capacity, and this thing will last you forever. Seriously. I will probably seriously consider that. May be the reason I got rid of the FJ, because I just use it basically for a farm vehicle now.
I've gotten so unimpressed with pickup trucks now that they've become a status vehicle. I mean, I like pickups.
Well, right.
And I like the nice pickup, not necessarily stripped. I like the chrome bumpers more than I liked them back when the stripped one was white bumpers, with the white hubcaps and all that.
Yeah.
There was nothing to love there, unless you're buying it for just work, right? But
right.
Now that they're luxury vehicles, and I just don't see it.
Well,
not only that, heading towards $100,000 doesn't thrill me on a pickup.
When I started
seeing
$100,000
really doesn't thrill me on anything.
Exactly. When I started seeing the price of these vehicles, and like you said, they have become luxury vehicles. That's not why I want to own a pickup truck. I want it to be a work vehicle. That's what I want it. I don't want to worry about, like, once I kind of turn the FJ into a farm vehicle, I don't really care if I bang it up anymore. It's just one of those vehicles. I just don't care. It's a work truck. It's a tool now. But it's not a really efficient tool for a farm. I mean, it's what I have, so I use it, and I use a trailer with it to haul stuff. But I would much rather have one of these. And my guess is the FJ has held its price better than any vehicle I've ever owned. I can probably, I'll bet I could get $8,000 or $9,000 out of my FJ still, and go buy one of these for 13 or 14, maybe 15. It'd be crazy not to.
Well,
Yep.
you know, don't misunderstand me. I like the nice pickup truck, and I like keeping it nice and all that stuff. But I also worked it.
Right.
But, you know, to me, as soon as you have carpet in a pickup truck, what are you talking about?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
We have lots of gravel, and you're just chewing stuff up and everything with other, you know, if you have an older pickup truck, you just drive your heart's content and you never worry about
It's a tool, right? It's just a tool, and that's what I want. I want a tool. I'll tell you another vehicle I had that when I first saw this vehicle come out, I thought somebody should be fired. It was one of the ugliest vehicles I had ever seen. Now, it did get a little better. Oh shoot, I can't even remember the name of it. Oh yeah, thank you, Lisa. A Honda Element. The first time I saw one of those, I thought somebody should be fired, and that was part of the reason it was so damn.
Took off.
Well, part of the reason it was so damn ugly was the original 2 or 3 years, maybe even 4 years. It had those weird fenders that were black, but it was. Remember those? It just made that thing so ugly. And then the first time I saw one with a nice full paint job on it without the weird plastic fender thing, I thought, that's not that bad, really. And I got looking at it, and I needed kind of a cheap, utility vehicle. And I bought one. I owned it. I loved that thing. Lisa's hollering at me in the background. She said, I almost lost her over that one. Here was one. Talk about no carpeting. You opened all the doors on that thing and took your pressure washer and cleaned the inside of it. I mean, that's how practical that thing was. And for as small as it is, I bought a 9-piece dining room set, the high top with 8 chairs or whatever it was. And I managed, it was not easy. I stood on the dock for a long time. I managed to get every piece of that into that vehicle. Now, it was a little extreme. I actually had to take my rear view mirror off the window. I had to, get a tool and take the mirror off. That was the last thing that was in the way, and I could not get one piece in because of that. And I just took the mirror off. I regret that. I got rid of that when I got the FJ, but that was, other than the fact that it had no towing capacity whatsoever. That was a great vehicle.
Kevin, you would laugh on that note, because at one point I didn't have a pickup truck or a trailer or anything like that, and I bought some furniture, a bedroom suit, a whole bedroom suit, right?
Yeah.
And you went to the place to pick it up, right?
Yeah.
And I walked up on the dock, and the guy looks at me and says, "What are you in?"
That's exactly what they said to me on the dock.
And I'm like, and he says, and I said, well, I got a trailer, because I knew where he was going, so I was playing a little bit here.
Yeah.
There wasn't no line or nothing. He says, how big? I said, 53 foot, 102 wide, air ride with 101 inch wide door, or 100 inch wide door open by 108 high. Oh, and he looks out. He says, you'd be surprised how many people will buy stuff like this and show up in a minivan.
Oh, not even a minivan, a Honda Element. They looked at me. They were standing on the dock laughing, saying, there is no way. He said, how many trips are you planning on making? And I said, 1. And they all stood there and said, it's never going to happen. It took me about 30 minutes, but I got it all in, and I got it in one trip. They were all amazed.
He said, I wish everybody showed up like you. He said,
back her in.
Yeah.
My wife runs a commercial greenhouse, and we have to go for the shipments of the specialty plants that we can't grow. And we have an older Astro van when the kids were young that we still keep. You take the seats out of that thing, and it's as
I had one of them.
Yeah.
But 5, I can go in
Hey,
there
wait
and
a
take
minute.
2 pellets,
Wait.
5 feet high, and I can stuff it in there.
Wait, what are the odds that all three of us owned an Astro van?
Well,
I had a 95.
I had an
That thing was
85.
great.
yeah, I had
Yeah,
that.
I had the one where they made the grill look more like the pickup truck. I thought it was stylish. It was
Yeah.
teal with a gray interior, had the rally wheels, the 4.3 liter high output in it. That thing was, and I got it for a song.
Here's what I
Yeah,
remember
so
about
our
mine.
last one's an 03.
Here's what I remember about mine. I think it was the last vehicle I owned with a carburetor. And you knew it because once a winter, I was in Northeast Ohio. Once a winter, I would come out in the morning, and this is when I was driving local. So I would drive to work every morning about 30 minutes. Once a winter, I would come out on a really cold morning, and it would fail to start. And it wasn't battery. You could put all the battery you want to it. The plugs would foul before it would start. And the only fix was take the plugs out and clean them and put them back in and then use some starting fluid. That was the only thing that would get it going. Yeah.
At least you were inside.
The only thing that was a negative on them that they had a bad reputation for, and to pick up a shimmy from it, was the idler arms on them.
Oh,
Which
they
when
were
you looked
trash.
at how the idler arm was in there, you were like, why did you put it at those angles and where everything was? It was so stressed out.
They were trashed. Yeah.
Hey, I gotta jump. I got a call coming that I gotta take.
All right, take it, and then come back and tell us what it was all about, since it was so important. All right.
We had 4 of them, Kevin, and we ran 200,000 to 300,000 miles on each one of them.
Did you really?
Without any
Wow.
problems. Yep.
Wow.
Just ran and ran. And the one we have now it was really nice. We bought it for a song. It's an all-wheel drive. It's an 03. All it does basically is when the kids all come out, we'll put the seats in so everybody can drive in one vehicle because it's 8-passenger. And then the rest of the year, the seats are out. It's an SLP with fancy seats, and we haul plants. But like I said, I can go, if I have 2 5-foot-high pellets out of Regina, which is 3 hours away, I can stuff them in that thing and bring them home.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah. That's the only 2 problems I ever really had was the cold weather starting and the idler arms, what Henry mentioned. My idler arms decided to take a dive halfway across the country. I was on my way from Ohio to Washington. Christmas, wintertime, horrible weather, and the shimmy started. And it got worse fast. And I thought, there's no way I'm driving all the way across the country like this. Yeah. Yeah. So other than that,
120,000 miles, I did the front end.
Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, though, it was
kind of like maintenance. Pretty
darn good vehicle. That really was kind of like the original minivan, right? Did Chrysler have anything before that?
Yeah. Dodge, remember the K car? And then they came out with that first Caravan.
Okay, that's right. That's right. Oh,
remember, everything was going to be the Dodge really went with that. Everything was going to be the same. And then remember the V6, V8, V10?
Yeah.
They're going to simplify
that's
everything.
Right.
The same piston.
Yeah.
Same piston, same rocker arm.
That's right. That was a disaster.
All 3 of them.
The K car was so famous, it's in a song.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Do you know what song it's in? There's a trivia question for the chat room. Who can tell me what song the K car was in? Lisa says she knows. What is it, Lisa? Yeah, she's got the tune in her head. She just can't get it out. Come on, somebody. What song? I'll give you the initials of the band. I'm not going to say the band's name, but I'll give you the initials. BNL. I doubt that'll help anybody. Nobody's got a guess? You guys awake? Can anybody hear me in there? Nobody's even responding. Somebody tell me you can hear me.
Oh, I think they can hear you.
Well, they hear me. Okay, nobody knows. I've stumped them today. Okay. I figured if I gave somebody enough time, they might do a search and find it. There we go. Corbin's got the band.
Yeah.
Bare Naked Ladies was the band. Nope, not that one, Danny. They didn't have that many big hits, so it wasn't 1 week. Nobody's getting it.
Oh.
If I had $1 million.
Yep.
Yeah, if I had $1 million. What's the line? If I had $1 million, I'd buy a K car. I'd buy you a K car, a nice, reliant automobile. That was the line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. If I had $1 million.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure if I had $1 million, I would not be buying anybody a K car. Those things were awful.
They played that chassis. Oh, then they wanted to build everything with the same front clip.
All right, hold on 1 second. That wasn't what I wanted to play. This is. I wonder if I could find the line. Or I could just take a break and let the whole song play. I think it might be at the beginning, isn't it? Maybe.
I think we're clearly good.
I'm probably breaking some kind of licensing thing by playing this right now, but let them come after me. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
There we
Even had a
go.
limo.
What's that?
There was even a limo in them things.
Yeah. That's just a really bad idea. Henry, are you back? Nope, he's not. All right, we don't have any calls. Pick up the phone and join us. 855-950-3835. Hit that call now button on your app. Today's all about you. I don't have a whole lot. I had a ton of stuff this morning. Go ahead, John.
I get a lot of people texting me and stuff, so keep telling them to call. So I did. Did you get some pictures there I sent you? I was out on the road yesterday.
You texted me yesterday?
Nope. I sent it in to, I'm not sure, who was it? I got
there we go.
Coming on the show this morning.
Yeah, you said it in the show chat. I see it. Let me take a look at these. All right. Look at that.
Yesterday, but I want you to take a look at the conditions.
Oh, yeah. I see all the white stuff.
Take a look at the picture of the top one.
Okay.
Zoom into that. That's on the north side. That's all that warm rubber on the incline. And take a look at that.
Oh, yeah.
And you remember, that's a white base single 6x2.
Wow. But John, that can't be. People told me over and over and over, you could never do that in my operation, and this is usually what they were talking about, stuff like this. That they told me it wasn't possible.
Yeah. I was hauling canola. Talkage was a little higher on it yesterday, and I was only able to get a little over 100,000 pounds payload. I just couldn't cube out the front trailer enough for that light truck.
Hey, John, I know without canola, the entire Canadian economy might collapse, but you got to be careful saying that word around here. You're hauling poison.
I know. I was going to say one of your favorite commodities.
Yeah. Yeah. You know that.
I did too.
You know the correct term for that, though, right? Canola's a made-up word.
Yeah, rapeseed.
Yeah, rapeseed. Yeah, that's the correct term for that. What an impressive looking setup, though. That really is. I just love your equipment.
Yeah, we ran. So yesterday I was hauling. Yesterday, my closest load, I was still 3,000 pounds light, but this was on a primary route with the towing, and it was, I'll tell you what, I'll do my conversion. It was still 3,000 pounds light that I was hauling. Well, 99,825 pounds.
Nice.
And I was tubing out in the front. I just need to keep honing that a little bit. She's got to be full because I don't run a high side trailer. I learned 2 years ago that 6 inches of height on the top of the trailer was worth a tenth and a half of mile per gallon. So I've always, and you get heavier.
Yeah,
we spend money to be lighter. Yeah, right. Why spend money to be heavier?
Yeah, exactly. Good point.
And why spend something heavier and spend money and burn more fuel every day when you don't need it?
Exactly.
As you guys have said on the show many times, spec for what you do 99% of the time. And,
exactly. Or let's take that to an extreme. If you had some weird operation where you did something 55% of the time, it would still make sense to spec it for that part of the job. It's still the majority of what you do. And I'll give you the most outrageous example of this that I just gave up on when I was at FedEx. Why in the world would any FedEx contractor ever buy 6x4s? But everybody does. Everybody. It is 90+% of that fleet. And I ran 4x2s always. Why wouldn't you? And I could not get across to everybody. You know what their excuse was? Well, what if I have to take that truck someplace else? It's worthless. You've been here 20 years. You're not going anywhere. Nobody ever leaves that contract unless you sell it like I did. I just never understood. You think of how wasteful that is. 10,000 trucks running down the road with a bunch of parts that they don't need.
Yeah. Well, one of the biggest ones I have is, we're bulk carrier, weight is king.
Right.
Just a second. Super singles play right in.
Absolutely.
They roll easier.
Absolutely.
And, they float. But a lot of people come back at me and say, well, yeah, but you can't drive when you have a flat tire.
You can't ever drive when you have a flat tire. That one makes me insane,
too. Know.
Yeah.
And so now I would always advise anybody when you have, you've got to have pressure management, our trucks. We have it on. We have pressure sensors on the dash. We watch our tire. The trailers all come equipped with inflation. And I recommend inflation for everybody now.
Yeah. Somebody asked me the other day about tire monitoring systems, and we used to have one in our store. And the company got bought. We had a great relationship with them, but it's happened to us many times. One of our vendors gets successful enough. We tend to start with very small companies, unknowns. We really like the product, the customer service, all that. We've had several of our vendors and partners get bought, And many times that ends the relationship. And it's just something we've had to deal with in our tire pressure system. That happened. And that was years ago. I'm trying to remember, maybe 10 even. I don't remember exactly when that happened. The interesting thing was somebody who was still in the company that knew us from back then, listens to the show all the time. They reached back out to us again. So I don't think that deal's done. I haven't been really a part of the whole thing, but it just came up recently. But there's a good chance we'll be putting a tire pressure monitoring system back in the mix, which I'm happy about, because I don't think you should own trucks without them.
Great. We'll take a look at it when you do.
Yeah.
I recommend it here, but I recommend with that. And any time that we found a unit that ran a low tire, those tires never reach potential after.
Right.
Either the sidewall gets off, and then you wonder why that tire blew. That tire was in great shape. Well, I tell you why it blew. And the other tire never got the miles out of it.
Hi, I'm Kevin Rutherford. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe, or leave a comment below. It really helps us get the show out to more people. If you'd like to get the full show, ad-free, you can sign up with the link below.